President Bola Tinubu has been urged to remap cattle routes across the country and come up with realistic programs on ranching. This was part of submissions at a seminar on Cross Border Pastoral, Environmental Change and Farmers-Herders Relations in Adamawa State, organized by the Center for Peace and Security Studies, Modibbo Adama University, Yola. Correspondent Bola Tinubu filed in this report.
At this hall are respectable academia of international repute brainstorming on how to end farmer-herder conflicts across the African continent. Speaking at the event, the Vice-Chancellor Modibbo Adama University, Yola, Professor Abdullahi Tukur says climate change is one of the key drivers of farmer-herder crisis in Nigeria. The dawn, represented by Professor Ebel Adebayo, the Dean School of Postgraduate Studies, said the shrinking land and water resources due to climate change partly contributed to the lingering farmer-herder conflicts that have impacted negatively on the agricultural sector and human lives.
Climate change, changes in rainfall and all the rest that are affecting the resources. So when resources are affected and limited, and the two sides, the farmers and herders, are competing for these resources, so that's also aggravates the problem.
In his presentation on pastoral mobility, intergroup relations and peace building in the borderlands of Nigeria and Cameroon, the lead researcher of the project, Dr. Adam Higazi, from the University of Amsterdam, denied the widely perceived notion that most herders in Nigeria actually migrated into the country. He charged the federal government to work on cattle roads and ensure the education of citizenry, especially the rural dwellers.
Because there's an assumption that herders are coming into Nigeria from other countries in large numbers. But actually what we found was that particularly along the eastern border, the main movement was from Nigeria into Central Africa. So many pastoralists are crossing from Adamawa, Taraba, particularly to Cameroon. And they're trying to reach the Central African Republic, although some of them also stop in Cameroon. And they're really relocating because there's a lower population density in those countries. And they're looking for greener pastures there.
Earlier in his address, the Director, Center for Peace and Conflict Studies, Modibbo Adama University, Professor Jude Momodu, explained that findings of the research will be useful to the government and policymakers, advising government to employ the use of technology in growing grasses and improved variety of cows.
The farmers or the herders don't need to move from one place to another. Once they have improved cows, they'll be able to station in the place and be able to have food to feed them.
Other speakers lent their voices on the way forward.
We need policies that can address some of the structural problems.
The research presentation attracted seasoned academia from within and outside Adamawa, security agents, government and non-governmental organizations.